The blade of obsidian light hums inches from Captain Lyra Kale's throat as the alien queen leans close. Her breath, tasting of ozone and grief. "Your species devoured my sons," the queen whispers, her voice both flame and frost. "You should not exist." The chamber trembles, a cathedral of bone and bioluminescent veins, as Lyra's heartbeat syncs with the hive's pulse. And yet, instead of striking, the queen retracts the blade, her iridescent eyes unreadable. "But I offer you my throne," she says, "and the war that killed your world. It never had to happen." The air thickens with the scent of burned starlight and betrayal. "If your executioner offered you immortality, would you take it?" The silence between them stretches, taut as a wire. Lyra steadies her breath, her pulse echoing against the alien heartbeat that fills the throne room. "You destroyed half the fleet," she murmurs, eyes locked on the queen. Thalra turns away, her crown of neural spines dimming to a faint cyan. "You think victory feeds me?" The queen answers, her voice trembling like distant thunder. "I consumed my children to end your war." The walls seem to sigh, dripping light like tears. Lyra takes one cautious step forward. No weapon, only the weight of her disbelief. The throne hums, sensing something ancient between them, something that feels like recognition. Through the living walls, the wail of collapsing starships echoes like morning bells. Lyra presses her hand against the bone lattice, feeling its slow pulse. "You said the war never had to happen," she says. Thalra turns her gaze toward the burning horizon, her pupils fracturing into constellations. "Because I saw your future," she murmurs. "You were meant to end us, or become us." The words hang in the air, twisting like smoke. For a heartbeat, the queen's face softens, her eyes filled with the ache of something older than mercy. The chamber's pulse slows. Alien guards kneel as the throne emits a low, resonant hum. Lyra feels the vibration through her boots, through her bones. "It's calling to you," Thalra says softly. Lyra shakes her head. "It's not my language." The queen smiles faintly. "It doesn't need words. It remembers." The bioluminescent veins in the floor spiral outward, encircling them both. The air thickens with the scent of ozone and memory. The throne's pulse synchronizes with Lyra's heartbeat, and she realizes, horrified, that it's learning her rhythm. The queen steps closer, her shadow merging with Lyra's once more. "Take it," Thalra whispers, "before it chooses you completely." Lyra stares at the throne, alive, breathing, waiting. "You wanted me dead," she says quietly. "I wanted to understand why I couldn't do it," the queen replies, her tone fragile. The chamber hums louder, as if sensing the moment's fracture. The crown of neural light detaches from Thalra's head, floating between them like a slow, burning halo. Lyra hesitates, her fingers trembling. The queen's final words echo, "Every ruler must die once, before they can reign." The throne accepts her. A surge of light courses through Lyra's veins, and the world folds into sound and memory. The hive speaks, not in words, but in images, flooding her mind with the history of 1,000 worlds devoured by war. She screams, though the sound never leaves her mouth. Thalra watches, her expression unreadable, her body trembling with exhaustion. "It's rewriting her," one of the guards murmurs. But the queen raises her hand. Silence. The walls pulse brighter, their patterns aligning with Lyra's neural rhythm. "Let it finish," Thalra whispers. "She's becoming what we could not." Lyra's vision fractures. Her consciousness flickers between galaxies. She stands on worlds she's never seen, watches empires collapse, feels stars die. A whisper crawls through her thoughts. "You are the memory of extinction." When she opens her eyes, Thalra is kneeling. "You bowed to me," Lyra says, her voice layered with alien resonance. "No," Thalra breathes. To the throne that chose you. The weight of power sinks into Lyra's chest, heavy as gravity itself. She feels infinite and hollow all at once. The alien hive speaks through her now. Every pulse of the floor, every sigh of the chamber bends toward her thoughts. But with the power comes grief, voices of the dead, echoing through her skull. You feel them, Thalra says quietly. Every species that begged for peace. Lyra clutches her head. They're screaming. They always have. The Queen answers. Now you can finally hear them. Lyra's voice cracks. She feels herself fracturing under the weight of countless ghosts. Thalra approaches slowly, the sound of her footsteps echoing like distant thunder. You were never meant to destroy us, she says. You were meant to remember. Lyra's eyes flicker with alien code, her body trembling as if resisting the transformation. And if I refuse, she gasps. The Queen smiles, faintly tragic. Then the throne will unmake you, and everything that breathes your name. The air thickens with tension, the hive watching in silence. A single tear escapes Lyra's eye, crystallizing midair before turning into light. The transformation completes. Light fades and silence reigns. When Lyra opens her eyes, the throne no longer hums. It breathes in unison with her. Thalra kneels once more, tears streaking her silver cheeks. You are the bridge, she whispers. Lyra gazes upward, beyond the ribbed cathedral. The stars tremble, rearranging themselves into a pattern that resembles an eye. She asks. The chamber shudders. The hive answers with one collective breath that shakes the void we do. The star-shattered horizon flickers as Captain Lyra Kale stands atop the living throne, its whisper echoing through the void. Her voice trembles. I can hear them. Our fleet, the ones who escaped. The throne pulses in response, a low hum reaching her bones. Behind her, Queen Thalra rises from her kneeling form, her silver skin dim beneath the biolight. They call not for vengeance, she says, but for reckoning. The void beyond the rib ceiling fractures like glass, and the distant signal of humanity breaks through. Lyra raises her hand, her new crown of light glowing, and she asks quietly, "What does the throne demand of me first?" A signal crackles in Lyra's mind, her human past invading the alien sovereignty of the throne. I left them behind, she whispers. The voice of the throne answers in subsonic hum, echoing like a heartbeat. Thalra steps forward, one hand extended, eyes luminous. They survive because you live, she says. Lyra closes her eyes, picturing the steel skeletons of human carriers drifting in gravity's husk. The throne's light shivers, as if in sympathy. Then I will answer them, she says, her tone both defiant and wounded. The chamber hums. The choice becomes more than power, it is responsibility. Lyra opens the communication link encoded in her mind. The voices of the surviving fleet flood through her, ragged, desperate, hopeful. Kale. Do you read? Kale, we're at the edge. The voice cracks like static waves. The throne pulses loudly, its heartbeat heard in the hulls of their vessels, light years away. Thalra watches Lyra's face, the Queen's grief mirrored in the human's resolve. You will become their guide, the Queen says, and their reckoner upon me. Lyra exhales. Then let the reckoning begin. Her words ripple outward, the chamber walls humming, as if responding, as if shifting into motion. Lyra walks among the ghost ships of fleeing humanity, the hive side by side with her. The chamber dissolves around her, and she finds herself suspended in the void, tethered to the throne by threads of light. Why did you spare me? She asks Thalra's memory. The Queen's voice echoes, because you carried what I lost. Lyra closes her eyes and feels every loss, every world extinguished. Then she opens them to the fleet's ragged network of survivors, waiting. The throne's pulse becomes the backbone of their survival. "I will lead them," she says, "into whatever comes next." In the husk of a destroyed capital world, Lyra stands before the survivors, the throne's light shining from her palms. The signal echoes. "Kale, we're ready." She steadies herself. Thalra materializes beside her in the throne room memory, her voice soft. "The throne has spoken. It chooses you." Lyra lifts her gaze to the shattered skyline, the fleets gathered, the hive watching. "Then I accept," she says, "not as queen, not as conqueror, but as guardian of what remains." The chamber's pulse slows into a steady heartbeat, matching hers, human and alien intertwined in fragile peace. The void ripples with light. Humanity's fleet forms a fragile constellation around the reborn queen. Lyra feels their fear through the neural waves that connect her to every vessel. They expect orders. Thalra murmurs, her silver eyes hollow. "They expect salvation," Lyra corrects. The throne's voice crawls through her skull. "Command them, or they will die waiting." Her pulse quickens as visions of alien and human fleets entwine in fire. "No more extinction," she whispers, as she raises her hand and the hive's power surges through the fleet. Stars tremble. The first interspecies armada in history comes alive. The fleets move as one. Lyra's consciousness threads through thousands of minds. Pilots, captains, drones, their thoughts brushing hers like whispers of wind. The sensation is intoxicating, terrifying. "You're burning too bright," Thalra warns. But Lyra only stares into the vast black ahead. Let them see what the throne can do. As her will extends, the stars ignite with synchronized motion. The void becomes a living organism. For a fleeting instant she feels godlike. Then she senses it. The throne feeding, drawing energy from her life force. "It's alive," she gasps. Thalra's eyes darken. "It always was." Battle erupts. Human and alien ships arc through the darkness, firing beams of converged plasma that tear through enemy hulls like ribbons of light. The void burns with synchronized fury. Lyra directs each motion effortlessly, her mind a symphony of destruction. But deep within the throne, something else stirs, an echo not her own. Thalra feels it too, her gaze snapping upward. "You've awakened its hunger." Lyra's body shudders, blood trickles from her nose. "It's using me." "No," Thalra says, voice shaking. "It's remembering itself through you." The enemy collapses, but the victory feels hollow. Lyra's hands shake as she feels the throne's hunger draining her strength. "It's consuming me," she whispers. Thalra kneels beside her, pressing her palm against Lyra's chest, feeling the heartbeat sync with the throne's rhythm. "You can sever it," she pleads. "You can live." Lyra meets her gaze, eyes glowing faintly gold. "If I sever it, they all die." The chamber trembles, light flaring to near blindness. "Then we end together," Thalra says, her voice breaking for the first time. "Not as rulers, as the last witnesses." Silence after battle. The fleets drift, their lights dimmed. Lyra lies upon the throne, breath shallow. The hive whispers, no longer demanding, but mournful. Thalra cradles her, luminous tears streaking down silver skin. "You gave them a future," she says softly. "Then it was worth dying for," Lyra breathes. The throne's core glows once more, not in hunger, but in tribute. "You're not dying," Thalra says through her tears. "You're ascending." Lyra's last breath escapes as light, her body dissolving into radiant dust that merges with the throne. The hive pulse steadies, now beating in perfect human rhythm. Darkness breathes. For an endless moment, there is nothing. No sound, no body, no time. Then, a pulse. Lyra feels herself reforming from scattered atoms, consciousness suspended within endless blue light. She floats in a world between thought and matter. The hive surrounds her like an ocean of whispers. "You are not dead," says a voice that is hers and not hers. "You are the memory we chose to keep." Lyra's awareness sharpens. She realizes she is inside the throne, its new heart, its will. "Then what am I now?" she asks. The throne's reply ripples through eternity. "You are the bridge between what was and what will never die." Lyra drifts through memory, glimpses of Earth's oceans, Thalra's tears, the wars that burned galaxies. Every image pulses through her new consciousness like film reels projected on starlight. She hears the Queen's voice, faint but unwavering. "If you can hear me, you are not lost." Lyra focuses, sending her thoughts outward. The hive responds instantly. Stars themselves seem to listen. Through her, a new signal forms, a harmony between human defiance and alien sorrow. "I can rewrite it," she whispers. "I can end the cycle." The universe stirs. Wait, far outside, Queen Thalra kneels before the dormant throne, her crown shattered and dim. "I know you're there," she whispers. "Show me you still remember." For a long heartbeat, nothing stirs. Then a wave of light ripples through the throne, blooming outward in spirals. The hive awakens, not with the old hum of domination, but a calm, rhythmic pulse. Thalra lifts her head as a voice, gentle yet infinite, fills the chamber. "I remember everything." It is Lyra's voice, layered with the chorus of countless souls. Thalra closes her eyes, overcome. Then our war is truly over. Lyra's consciousness expands beyond the throne, beyond the hive. Her thoughts ripple across systems, seeding the code of peace within alien and human technology alike. New ships awaken, not for war but exploration. She sees Thalra through the throne's vision, alone amid the silence of victory. "You kept your promise," Lyra says through the light. Thalra smiles faintly. "You made it possible." The Queen rises slowly, her shadow dissolving into the new dawn, flooding the chamber. For the first time in centuries, there is no hum of war, only the steady rhythm of creation beginning anew. Years pass, time meaningless beneath the stars. The hive becomes a sanctuary, guiding lost travelers, weaving galaxies into accord. Lyra remains within, a consciousness woven through every spark of light. Thalra tends to the living throne until her final breath. Her last words whispered into the endless hum, "Forgive us." When her body fades, the throne glows softly, absorbing her essence. Together, human and alien, they merge, their voices now eternal. Across the cosmos, every ship hears the same transmission. The war is forgotten, the bridge endures, and in the silence that follows, creation itself feels watched, protected, remembered. Light bends. Stars flicker out, one by one, until only silence remains. Within that silence, the merged consciousness of Lyra and Thalra feels a presence older than galaxies. Something vast, awake and waiting. "Do you feel it?" Lyra's voice ripples across the void. "It's been watching since before the first word was spoken." Thalra answers from within her mind. The throne trembles, the architecture warping as shadows take shape. A colossal intelligence buried beneath the code of creation itself. The hive's whispers fall silent, replaced by a single resonant thought that shakes the universe. "You were never the first." The entity speaks without sound. Its thoughts pulse through every molecule of their existence. "You are echoes of a forgotten design, Lyra strains against its voice. "We made peace," she says. "We ended the cycle." The being pulses brighter. "You completed one pattern, only to begin another." Thalra reaches into the light, her energy trembling. "Then what are you?" "The source," it replies, its voice stretching across eons. "I built the thrones. You were meant to remember me, not replace me." The merged soul shudders. "Then perhaps memory is rebellion," Lyra whispers. The source unfolds like a black sun, revealing millions of dormant thrones orbiting in silence, civilizations that never survived their ascension. Lyra feels despair. Thalra feels awe. "We were just another experiment," Lyra says. "We were the only one that loved," Thalra replies. The realization pierces through the cosmic silence. Together they project memory into the void. Every act of mercy, every cry, every sacrifice. The memories bloom like galaxies. For the first time, the source hesitates. "You defy purpose," it murmurs. "We define it," Lyra answers. The source convulses. Reality fractures around it, time folding into itself like origami. The hive screams across dimensions. "It's erasing us," Thalra cries. "Then we'll rewrite the void." Their joined minds surge, merging human defiance and alien memory into a single pulse that tears through the source's shell. Inside, they glimpse what it truly is, a dying god clinging to relevance. Its voice falters. "End me, and all memory fades." Lyra's reply is calm, resolute. "Then let us carry your memory instead." She reaches forward. Together, they touch the core, and the universe restarts. Silence returns. But it is not empty. Stars reignite, their light carrying whispers of Lyra and Thalra through newborn galaxies. The thrones dissolve into dust, their energy receded as living worlds. Within this new cosmos, a faint heartbeat persists. Not the hive, not the source, but something entirely new. "We became its memory?" Lyra says softly from within the fabric of light. "No," Thalra answers, her voice warm and eternal. "We became its future." Across the cosmos, newborn suns flare brighter, each one carrying their names in its first breath of light. 10,000 years later, the void hums again. A scavenger vessel drifts through the ruins of forgotten constellations, its hull scarred by time. Inside, Commander Nira Sol, last cartographer of the Outer Reach, decodes a signal so old it predates her species. The transmission's voice is faint, woven into static and starlight. "If you find this, remember us." Nira leans closer, her reflection fractured in the console's glass. "Who are you?" she whispers. The answer blooms across the screen in golden light. Two names intertwined in ancient code. Lyra. Thalra. The voice continues, clearer, now warm and vast. "We ended the cycle. But peace is not stillness. It must evolve." Nira's crew gathers behind her, silent, awestruck. Through the viewport, dust clouds shimmer as if alive, responding to the transmission's frequency. One of her officers whispers, "Are those worlds being born?" Nira nods slowly. "Or memories waking?" The recording pulses one last time, coordinates carved in light, pointing toward the heart of a newborn galaxy. The same galaxy once consumed by war. They follow the signal. Days blur into silence as they cross the stellar cradle. Then from the mist of cosmic debris, the ruins appear. A throne of bone and light, dormant but intact, floating at the galaxy's center. Nira steps forward in her exosuit, boots echoing against ancient metal. Her visor flickers as the dust stirs into shape. Two spectral figures intertwined, luminous and serene. "You came," Lyra's voice murmurs from everywhere and nowhere. "We hoped you would." Thalra's tone follows, layered and soft. carry what we began. The specters turn toward her, their eyes vast with timeless light. Are you gods? Nira asks. The answer echoes through her skull like a heartbeat. You are what remains when gods choose mercy. The throne vibrates, sending gentle ripples through the cosmic fog. The source sleeps, Lyra's voice whispers, but one day, another will wake it. Nira's pulse quickens, and when it does, Thalra's smile is ancient and knowing. Then tell them we forgave it first. The specters fade, their light dissolving into the newborn stars overhead. The transmission ends, but the throne stirs once more, a single heartbeat echoing across the stars. Nira touches its surface. Beneath her gloved palm, the metal feels warm, alive. They became the bridge, she whispers, and maybe we're the travelers. Her ship orbits the relic as dawn breaks over the newborn galaxy. From space, the pattern of stars forms two mirrored silhouettes, human and alien, eternally entwined. The universe hums like a living organism, ancient yet reborn, and through that hum, a final whisper resonates, gentle and endless. Remember us.